It's just little moments like that remind you how sharp Denis really is. That's a great finish. They're back to an opening that has made an appearance here throughout the day. By both players, in fact. The King's Indian, and you rely as black on that f5 idea, move that knight from f6, play f5, very, very standard approach, and try to keep the queenside as closed as possible.
As soon as that knight takes on f5, the e4 square wants to be plugged. That's where white's placing a piece, restricts the pawn on e5 from moving, which means the bishop on g7 doesn't join the game. So even though it's a tactical opening, it takes a bit of a positional nature once you install a piece on e4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a5 makes a lot of sense. Now the bishop on d2 is actually supporting the a-pawn, so you can kind of use that rook to swing elsewhere. That's why I think we see b6, the last chance, take advantage of that pin. Now you're going to have to hand over a protected pass pawn.
Bishop f5. I think Denis is blockading with queen d3, making sure that pawn doesn't move.
Mm-hmm.
These are hard to evaluate. I mean, it's probably okay for both sides, but whenever there's a protected pass pawn, some of those endgames can be very tricky.
Yeah, if you go to a pure endgame, of course, you might still be looking at a draw, but take the rooks and queens off the board, it becomes very easy for white to bring the king into the middle, and the pawns in the center are not easy to target for black.
Yeah, you're right. If the queens were off and white can just blockade the d-pawn and target the dark squared pawns,
yeah,
definitely favor white.
Yeah, we might see the queen trying to get to f5 or even further up
G4?
the board. Yeah, a little further up the board to make some more threats. But the queen's on the board is definitely what's helping black's position.
I guess d6 is loose, so probably okay. Tricks. Bishop takes d6.
Queen e1. H4
and then
to
queen
f1.
I don't even know if yeah. Hard to keep up.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, you really don't need to play the game out, but I understand why both of the players are. I mean, it's match clock expired. Last game, it's nice to remember it going out on a win, but let's see if there's anything other than a repetition here. Queen a3, maybe start to get that rook down to a7. Yeah, watch out for g5.
At some point, white's going to maybe push the f-pawn. I don't know, f3 or try to play g4. Get into some endgame where all of black's pawns are on dark squares.
Yep.
You can trade here and play g4, for example, or blockade, rook e6 coming.
Yeah, g5 is hanging, rook e6.
These are positions like Denis, very good technician, just during the actual blitz portion and most of the bullet, wasn't getting positions like this.
No, this is something you can definitely fight with. He is going to go for g4. But now there's no follow-up. There's no threats. d5 starts to hang as well. You can connect things with c4, but he's first going to stop rook d4.
Yeah, Magnus wants to end on a win here. Queen h7, but the king is safe on d7.
Very safe. Yeah. Not to mention the d-pawn can start to run.
Oh, there we go. Queen e2 check coming. Win for Magnus.
A win in the final game, and most certainly a win in the match. As Grandmaster Magnus Carlsen, your winner against Denis Lazavik. The handshake there, great to see between the players, but a well-deserved victory in this semifinal era.
Yep. Punched his way into the final. He's probably relieved. He can now relax, watch the next match just in the audience.
Stopping to take some photos, sign some autographs, but he's been doing that throughout the match. Just shows the his comfort level throughout the entire thing, and look at that fan engagement. If you were here live in the venue, what an opportunity.
Yeah, imagine the audience is at its biggest right now. I mean, in terms of the time of the day, North Americans have woken up. It's kind of peak time.
Well, as the day wraps up here, we are going to throw down to John Sargent, who I think is going to be waiting nearby. You know, as Magnus rounds that final corner, right? You can imagine John will be there, waiting to hear those final thoughts. Eric, as you know, what a thrilling match we just saw in a deserved victory, but taking nothing away from Denis, right? A really great match.
No, taking nothing away. I think styles make fights a bit, and what happened today, not many people can do to Denis.